if you're wondering why I'm wearing the same thing every day in all of my videos, it's because I'm pretty sure this is one of the only onesies I have left because I'm a minimalist now, and also because I'm filming all these videos in the same day. Let me tell you why. I'm on a lot of drugs, and not the good kind. I'm on fertility drugs. They make me crazy. They make me tired and moody and kind of depressed. And so when I had the energy to film a video, I'm like filming as many as I can right now, and I don't have the energy to change my clothes. So I hope that you're okay with that. Fertility treatments suck. I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to each and every one of you guys for clicking on this video, for supporting me. I know that you guys have like literally thousands of other videos that you could be watching right now on YouTube, and I just want to let you know I really do appreciate that you are watching this video and supporting me, so thank you. Also want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's bought my book, my makeup, and also who have signed up on Patreon. I just posted a video there about a very big YouTuber that I'm no longer friends with, and why, and also why I ended up blocking them on social media. Also, I am starting a podcast. I have been thinking about doing this for a while, and I had mentioned it briefly, and a lot of you guys had said that you would be into that. Stay tuned and make sure to follow me on Instagram. That's normally where I post stuff. I don't really use Twitter or Snapchat very much, but I am very active on Instagram. Without further ado, let's get into this storytime video. This one is probably the most recent thing that's happened to me. That's a story time that I'm telling my channel, and that is that I am the psycho neighbor. You know how like you see the videos on YouTube, it's like my psycho neighbor story time. That's me. I am the crazy neighbor, and let me just explain myself. This is the story. As you know, I'm on IVF medications that make me crazy. I wish that that was my excuse, but it's not. I'm crazy all the time. I don't know if it was like a month ago, I can't remember, but as you guys, some of you guys might know, that my husband and I were having some marital issues, and we were fighting a lot, and we are very close to our neighbors. Like, we live in this little beach city, and we're like stacked on top of each other. Let me just throw in a drone shot and show you what I mean. So if you go outside of my house, you realize how close our neighbors are, and like everybody can kind of hear everybody, especially if you're yelling at someone and the windows are open. In this little area, it's actually quite quiet. Like, I never hear our neighbors talking or arguing or anything like that, but I can guarantee you that our neighbors have probably heard us. This is the thing, you guys. I am so inconsiderate and selfish because I just don't care what other people think about me. Do you know how like there's the people that really care a lot about what other people think? I think you guys know, like, I did porn, like I talk about like the grossest things I've ever done. I just don't give a fuck. I'm a very sensitive person, and I'm a people pleaser, but on the other hand, I just don't give a fuck if someone doesn't like me. That's your loss, because I'm a cool ass chick. I'm crazy, but I'm cool. Travis and I get in arguments and I raise my voice. Now, I also just want to put this little disclaimer in, because since we've had snow, I have done a 180, and I will never, not never, let's be real, I can never say never, but I am very vigilant about not arguing in front of her with Travis around or yelling at him. Like, I really don't want her growing up seeing that, because I grew up seeing that and it traumatized me, and I don't want to turn into my parents. And Travis tells me sometimes if I slip up, he'll be like, Shannon, not in front of Snow. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Like, we can't do that. Like, I don't want to be that person. So that's my disclaimer. I don't do this in front of Snow. I do have a little bit of a temper and like have some anger management issues. Sometimes very hard for me to control my outbursts, but I will not do it around Snow. Changed a lot since I've had her, for the better, but there are occasions when she's on a nap time and Travis and I are arguing and I raise my voice, and I'm pretty sure, well, now I know that the neighbors have heard it, and I'll tell you how I know that in a second. I will scream at Travis and tell him to get out of the house and that I want a divorce and go stay in a hotel. He is a saint. I love you, Travis. I'm not like this all the time. Obviously, if I was, he wouldn't want to like still be with me. I am a really nice person. I just have my moods, okay? I feel like everyone does, okay? Don't make me feel bad about this. I'm just trying to be real. A lot of times Travis will like go shut our window if I'm like yelling, you know, start yelling at him, and I'm like, whatever. 2 days ago, I had the windows open getting some fresh air because I freaking burnt something in my kitchen. Me trying to cook is such a joke. So I open my windows and I hear screaming coming from downstairs, and I'm like, I think one of our neighbors is arguing. And I used to be, well, I still kind of am, like, whatever, like, I really don't care if our neighbors argue. I'm not like the nosy neighbor that's like, oh my god, what are they saying? Most of the time I just don't care, right? Because I'm like, that's their business. I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to be like the nosy neighbor. So this time I was just like what I would normally do, kind of just trying to tune it out, because I still was keeping the windows open because I freaking didn't want the fire alarm like going off. And all of a sudden I hear someone say, yes, I'm talking to you. And then they're like, keep your voice down, or like lower your voice, or something like that. And I was just like, oh my God, that sounds so much like Travis, like what Travis would say. And I just kind of like smiled. And then they're like, the neighbors do it all the time. And I was just like, oh, oh, they're talking about me. She's talking shit about me over there. It almost made my heart sink a little bit, because I was like, oh my God, like they're talking about me. I know that they were, because the neighbors around here, I feel like, what is that movie? Stepford Wives. Do you guys know that movie? Everyone's perfect and like they're all skinny and like in their little gym clothes with their hair perfect. I like walk outside and they're probably like, where is this homeless person come from? We need to clean the streets up. They probably look at me like that, because a lot of time I'm like in my pajamas or sweatpants and my hair is like literally everywhere. And I just, like I said, I just don't care. I guess some people will look at me and be like, oh my God, she's so LA. But like, if you knew what LA really was and lived in LA, people care so much about their appearance and what they look like. And for the most part, maybe I used to be like that once upon a time, but especially now as a mom, I could like give zero fucks about like anything. I really just don't care. And so that's just kind of how it is around here. So people do not argue. They don't want you to know their business. They want to pretend like, you know, their lives are perfect, which we all know no one's lives are perfect. We all have skeletons in our closet. We all fight and argue with our spouses. That's real life. If you are not arguing with your spouse, I'm concerned about you. There's something not right. You're an alien or something. So I heard them say that, and all of a sudden my ears perked up. I'm like literally listening to the tea about me right now. And they're starting to argue, and they're talking about how the neighbors argue all the time, so it's okay for her to argue. And I was like, yes girl, get your feelings out. Feel your feelings. You need to raise your voice, like do it. It's so important for us to like get our feelings out. If we're upset about something, like talk about it. It's people that hold it in and like hold all their feelings in. Those are the people that like go into churches and shoot people up. We need to be able to express ourselves and raise our voice if we want to. They don't have kids. I think they're retired, so it's not like they're doing it in front of their children. So I support the arguing that's going on next door, but I just think it's so funny because they literally probably think that I am a psycho neighbor because I'm constantly, not constantly, but they probably hear us arguing quite a bit. And we're home all the time, and they're retired, so they're home a lot. And so I feel like they probably just happen to hear us a lot of the time arguing. And so I just think that was kind of funny. And then also, oh my God, this is the other best part. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but when we first moved into this house, there was something wrong with it. Something in the house was making us sick. I've talked about this before in the video titled Creepy Things Are Happening in My Daughter's Room. We had like a Reiki person come in who was like putting crystals in the corner and putting sage everywhere and playing really crazy cool music and getting spirits to leave. We had the fire department here. We had people coming in with like EMF readers and detectors. It was a fucking circus show.
We've got 18,000 microwatts here. That's not safe.
And the neighbors probably saw all these people coming in and probably were like, these neighbors are fucking weird. But that's not the worst part. The best part is that I thought that it maybe wasn't our house, that it was something like in the area or something. And so I made Travis go ask the neighbors if they were feeling weird in their house. And Travis was like, I am not asking the neighbors. I'm like, Travis, ask the neighbors. I'm about to sell this house. Ask the neighbors if they're feeling weird. And he's like, I don't want to. So I went over there. I'm like, are you guys feeling weird? And then Travis was like, my wife wants to know if you're feeling weird in your house. The neighbor just looked at us and was like, no, I feel fine. It was at that point that the neighbors probably realized, my fucking neighbors, especially the woman, the wife, is fucking psycho. I am the psycho neighbor, okay? I feel like I should get a shirt made. Hi, I'm the psycho. Probably he thinks I'm so fucking weird. And not only that, it gets better. So during Christmas time, do you remember how we filmed? There was a part in our Christmas music video, like our annual Christmas music video that we do every year for you guys, for Vlogmas, where Travis dresses up in an elf costume and comes out of a trash dumpster. So this trash dumpster was in front of the neighbor's house. We snuck over there and we're filming him jumping out of this fucking huge dumpster. And the neighbors were tired and watched the whole thing. We didn't know it. If we knew it, we'd have been so embarrassed and probably wouldn't have done it because, hello, that's so embarrassing. And they're probably thinking like, what the fuck are these people doing? And I had snow. Like, oh my God, they probably think that we're psychotic. And guess what? They are right, we are. He had such a good sense of humor, the husband, because I guess Travis was like out walking one day or something, and the neighbor saw him and was like, oh, I loved your elf costume in the trash can the other day. And Travis was like, oh yeah, thanks, we were filming something for our YouTube channel. I don't know what he said something along those lines. Or he was like, hey elf, or something like that. So like the neighbors probably think like we're legitimately crazy, but I think that they also know that we're like cool, down to earth, like trustworthy people also, because they did go out of town and asked if we could bring their mail in, like hold their mail for them. So I think if they thought that we were like actually certifiable crazy, they wouldn't want us like having their mail, right? Because that's like a very personal, private thing for someone to hold on to. But little do they know, we're real crazy neighbors. Oh, the other thing is, wait, you know what? I don't think I actually talked about this on my channel. I think this was only a Patreon thing. The police were at our house. How many times have the police come to our house so far? This makes me sound so bad. The police have been to our house twice so far since we've moved in here. Wait, no, they've been here 3 times. Oh my God, this is so bad. My life is nuts. The neighbors probably think there is some shit going down over here. I don't think they realize exactly what's going down, but they know something. And then also the other thing is that when we first moved in here, we always, as a joke, name our internet CIA surveillance, because a while ago, it's kind of an inside joke. One of our neighbors was like, are you guys in the CIA? Because we're home all the time, we're young. They either think we're like trust fund kids or like do some weird undercover like secret service job or something. I'm like, oh my God, if they only knew. Like an ex-porn star YouTuber with like my crazy stories on YouTube, like they have no idea. It's just kind of funny because our neighbors always like are so curious about what we do because we're younger and like we're home all the time. So we started naming wherever we moved to CIA surveillance. And you know, when a new neighbor moves in, you know, it shows up their internet, and so they probably just think that we're fucking nuts, you know? And I don't know. I really don't know what they think about us. It would be interesting to know what they actually thought. So I just thought I would give you guys that little story time about how I'm the psycho neighbor, and probably all my neighbors legitimately think that I'm crazy. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to know why the police were at my house for 3 times so far now, let me also know in the comment section. Maybe I'll do story times about that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I'll see you in my next video.